This is Charlie Ko, Travel Mall TV at PhoCusWright in Florida with John Hazelwood, who's the CEO of Travel Store Maker. How you doing, John?
I'm good, Charlie. How are you?
Good, good. Tell us what your group in Sofia, Bulgaria is doing.
Well, we just recently launched our dynamic packaging multimodal meta search. We're able to our technology is able to bring back one-way combinations, low-cost, published. So it could be an outbound one low-cost, return a different low-cost. It could be outbound published, coming from a travel agency in one country, and return a different published coming from a different travel agency using a different GDS in another country, or a low-cost carrier. We have a database repository where people can load in either charter, rail, ferry, or bus. So say you've got Milan to Rome, you could load in our database charter, bus, or rail, and when someone does a search from Rome to Milan, you get published, low cost, rail, bus, and all the prices would show up with the combinations. So we've launched that recently. It's very exciting because it's content that's not out there. So we're able to mix and match. We're going to be creating multimodal to mix and match our databases with direct connects. So say rail from Rome, from Naples to Rome or Milan, and then connecting with a low cost to London, and those could be direct connects from those sources, or it could mix and match with our own database. So one of those legs could be rail, or the charter, or the flights could be integrated in our charter database, in our repository, and the other one could be a direct connect. So we're very excited about this.
So it's very flexible. You're as far as the dynamic booking part of it, or packaging on the fly. You have any kind of air you can imagine, including your own contract. Any kind of transportation, really, right?
Any kind of transportation, yeah.
Could be ship, could be bus.
Yeah.
And rail is big in Europe. I mean, that's what all of us over there are traveling on.
And the interesting thing is that when you combine, say, rail plus air, the GDSs, travel ports coming out with adding rail. Some companies are coming out with trying to integrate rail into the combination, but what we're doing is from a multimodal standpoint, where you're able to interline those products together and get a dynamic packaging price or an IT fare for the air. For example, rail companies offer 20 to 30% discount if they're packaged. So those combinations, not only can you search and shop in one place, but you can also receive a significant discount, which is very compelling. We're going to be targeting airlines for our multimodal. So once we integrate Train Italia, which we're in the process of doing, flights coming into, say, Air Berlin, they fly into certain cities in Italy. We'll be able to give them, combining with Train Italia to any city in Italy, and exactly like an interlining with another airline, but this is going to be interlining with rail. So again, it'll be a cheaper, less expensive price than buying those two individual products separately.
What is that product called that you just been describing?
We would call it multimodal. Multiple modes of transportation is where the term comes from.
Quickly tell us, what is this other module you offer hotels? You offer some systems and services for hotels, don't you?
The hotels, we have 43 hotel providers integrated together. One of the providers is our own database. Again, it's a separate hotel database, so someone can load their own inventory in. But the other 42 are the usual suspects: Booking.com, Hotels.com, Tourico, Travco, those guys. So the interesting thing is that we're going to have a feature on our sites. It says add your own hotel, or add your own air or flights or rail. And so through our entire network, someone will be able to come in, and if they're either a broker that has a specific deal or the supplier, they'll be able to load that inventory, accept the terms of the agreement, click on a button, and then based on us approving and making sure it's legitimate, that will get turned on through our entire network of sites. So we're creating a marketplace for buyers and sellers to be able to come and use this kind of as a platform. If you think about a GDS, a lot of content that they don't have. So we'll be working with the GDSs, direct connects, and through our own databases to bring a more comprehensive database of travel content to users.
What other systems and services does Travel Store Maker offer?
We provide services to travel agencies. We have travel agencies currently in 24 countries. Our booking engines are translated in 22 languages. We have products for airlines, hotels. For hotels, for example, we have a great dynamic packaging module. So if you look at the large chains in the United States, Hyatt, all of these guys, they all have book your hotel or book your hotel plus air plus car. So we have a great dynamic packaging module for hotel websites. But and really, if you look at, say you go to the Hyatt site and you look at their packaging content. When you book something from the UK to say a Hyatt in New York or Hawaii, that it's actually a more expensive price than if you bought the air separate from the hotel, if you bought the air from a UK travel agency. Because the agency that they have is a US agency, so they don't have the market fares or the consolidator fares. So our product is unique because we provide the outbound content from the different markets, and we have a separate database. If you look at the leader, I think in dynamic packaging for hotel websites is Expedia. They're doing a white label for a lot of the hotel sites, but they're using their 45% markdown that they have or discount from the hotel. If the hotel wants to have something cheaper on their own website, they have to give that to Expedia's entire network. So they don't have the control. With our dynamic packaging, there's an extranet. They can lower the prices, increase their prices, add additional inventory. So it's a much better,
very flexible
product for the hotel.
They're not caught up in anybody else's rules and whatnot. You also provide outsourced services for travel and tourism companies, don't you?
We're providing call center services. We're located in Sofia, Bulgaria, so currently we have a call center over 10 languages that we provide. We do some software development if it's focused on online and travel. So looking at it from a strategic standpoint, our skills that we have internally. So we do some fare loading. We've had an expertise in loading fares into the GDSs for a number of years. Hotel properties, we can load those. So we have our BPO line of business, and so.
And it costs a lot less than most Western countries.
Yeah, our prices compared to if you do it, say in the UK. Compared to Bulgaria, it's less than half the price, even with our markup. If you outsource it to us, compared to if you insourced it, in your own office. So it makes a lot more sense. If it's a non-core product, to just outsource it plus the cost factor.
You're from Texas, but you've been in Sofia, Bulgaria. How long now?
I went to Sofia the first time in 1995. I opened up my office there. I hired my first 3 people in 1996, October 1996, and I've been living there permanently since 2001.
And you sold the first company you set up, Travel Technology, to some German company, right?
Yeah, IFAO. We had about 60 people, so they bought those people, basically the company, to have those people develop their own technology. So I bought the technology back. So the technology that we have is going on 17 years of development. It's 4th generation architecture that our guys have developed. So the reason our system is so flexible is because it's a 4th generation. I don't think there's anyone on the planet that's developed 4 generations of middleware internet booking engine. So we're very excited about that because we're years ahead of the closest player in the ability to do the stuff that we can on the back end, like multimodal and the combinations.
John Hazelwood, CEO of Travel Store Maker. Thank you, John.
From Austin, Texas. Hook 'em horns.
Hey.